If this thumbnail shocked you, it shows that you have been probably doing something really wrong for probably all of your life. And let me tell you, you're not alone, okay? Native speakers make the same mistake. I've heard so many people say this in interviews, in real life, on TV. People say more better. More better, guys, is incorrect. So this rule is about comparison. When you talk about something being more, it already compares to something else. And better also compares to something else. So some experience or something or some person is better than the other. And if you say more better, it's like you are repeating yourself. It's like you're emphasizing the more of it too much. And that is why it is incorrect. So the correct way to say and by I mean better, nicer, cleaner, all of those things. The better way to say that is much better. Much nicer, much cleaner, much prettier. So goes with much, okay? You don't even need to say much or more. You don't need to say anything. You can say this experience is better than the other whatever. Or this person is prettier than whatever. If you want to maybe say much prettier, it just shows more emphasis, okay? It just shows that you feel like it's a lot. And that's where you feel like you want to say more better, but don't do that. Never say more and like better, more nicer. Never use that. It is incorrect. I've been hiring some teachers, and guys, if you know some good ESL teachers, do let me know. We're looking for experienced people. Now, this teacher sent me a recording because I avoid interviews. I just ask them to record their answers. This teacher started with the very first sentence. It was something like, I don't remember the sentence, but the part of it said more better, and right away I ended the recording, and of course I'm not going to proceed with that teacher because she has flaws. And looks like this teacher had a lot of experience, so that's what I'm saying. People, even native speakers, experienced teachers, and of course normal people, we make this mistake. But don't make that. More better is incorrect. Any person who's really good in English will point that out, and if they don't point it out, people notice. Another thing that is incorrect is most and est. So most, nicest, most prettiest, most all of these est, they also don't go together, and that is what I was referring to earlier. That is called the rule of superlative. So anything with most and est, don't mix them together. If you are feeling really you're feeling really proud of something, you want to say that this is the best thing you've ever done, but you want to say it more, you want to say this is the most best thing, it is incorrect. We can never say most and est together. So what you can say is just, it's the best thing I've done, it's the greatest thing I have done, just est alone. You cannot even say much, not much bestest, much greatest, or any of that stuff. So it's limited, sometimes you want to emphasize things too much, but you just can't because these are the rules of English. Now, what you guys can do to emphasize things is use some adjectives. Let me give you some. Very is one, okay? So I'm very happy, or this is the very best software you're gonna see, and so on. But if very feels a little basic to you, it feels a little basic to me, you can say extremely, greatly, and awfully. Awfully is not as bad as it sounds. It's actually a positive word. So you can say this is awfully colorful. It means it's really colorful, and you're being positive here. You can say it's awfully beautiful, or it's awfully genius. And all of those things mean positive things if you're using it with a positive scenario, but awfully, greatly, extremely, you can also say hugely. It sounds a little immature, but you can say that. Okay, now let's talk about this word much. Much is a very problematic word. Guys, whenever you use much, you have to use it with comparative adjectives. For example, much cleaner, much nicer, much bigger, much smaller, okay? These things are being compared to something else, and that's where you use much. Now think about this sentence that a lot of people say, and probably you say it as well. I am very much happy with this scenario. I am very much satisfied with what you have done. And this is a very common scenario in some parts of the world, which is incorrect. Much cannot be used with simple adjectives like happy, sad, good, bad. these are not comparative adjectives. So every time you say, I'm very much happy that this has happened, you're saying the incorrect English. It should be, I'm very happy, simply, not much, okay? If you're comparing, you can say, I'm much happier than yesterday or than before, whatever. But very much happy, very much sad, very much big, very much proud. Stop saying that stuff. That is incorrect English. The last thing I'm going to tell you guys today is about apologizing. So there as well, you can use good adjectives. For example, of course, if you are in front of a person, you can show your face and guilt whenever you make a mistake and your hand gestures. But right now with masks, we can't really see that. And with online communication, we cannot either. So what if you want to just say sorry to someone? Of course, you can say, I'm very sorry. Right? You can also add more sentences to show that guilt. You know, I'm very embarrassed that this happened. I'm not the kind of person who makes this mistake, and I do respect whatever. You know, you can add a bunch of things. But in terms of adjectives, the two things I like to add usually with apologies, which makes them sound more genuine, sincere, and it shows my guilt, is by saying, number one, terribly sorry. So I'm terribly sorry, or terribly apologetic for whatever the case is. And highly. Highly is a basic one, but it does go very well with the word apologetic. I'm highly apologetic, or I'm highly sorry for whatever I've done. Now, highly sorry does sound odd, but it is okay. I would prefer, however, we say highly apologetic for my mistake and whatever the case is. So by using these words with apology, highly and terribly, with other adjectives, words like extremely, greatly, awfully, all these words with adjectives, and by using much and most correctly, you can sound much better. Again, much better, you won't sound more better, all right? And these are the things you need to know, because you might be making these mistakes, as a lot of people do, lots of people do this. So please avoid these and remember to practice, because with practice, you will really understand how to use it properly. If you just listen to this video, it's of no use. Look at this video multiple times and also repeat sentences with much, most, highly apologetic, and with terribly, awfully, whatever. Repeat them, practice them for weeks, and you will develop a good habit and proper English. Thank you so much, guys. This is Sean from 8 Set Education. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you like what I've posted today and my videos, and I'll talk to you very soon. Take care.